Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the WCW Worldwide Review Series for the 29th of February, 19 and 92. Love 1992. Definitely a awesome year, and obviously we're going to run through as many worldwide full shows as we can. Notice I only review full shows on the program simply because at the end of the day, just Cliff's matches I don't think necessarily tells the story as well. And a lot of people say, well, you're, just watching squash matches. But at the same time, I like the subcontext of a full show. Anyway, um, February 29th, 1992, obviously a leap year. Greg Sawyer, the opponent for PN News, the yo baby yo rap guy here in WCW in 1992. Not exactly a guy worth writing home about by any stretch of the imagination, but um, he does pretty well in Germany and other places as Cannonball Grizzly. Really goofy attempt at a leapfrog. I say goofy because it doesn't work out well. Big body slam by News and hits the elbow drop. Then goes to the top rope with a big splash from the top, diving fall, and I don't imagine that was a good thing to take on. WCW this week, 8-man tag team match, goofy as can be. Big Josh, Ron Simmons, the Z-Man Tom Zink, and Brian Pillman are your four baby faces for that match. Everybody kind of gets in there. They promise they're going to win. Z-Man says 8-man tag team action is the way to go today. I have never been a proponent of multi-man matches in booking simply because, honestly, it's just a waste of effort for guys to do spots. I'm old school. I don't mind tag matches. I think tag matches are good. I think they have a different psychology to them. But when you get to 6-man, 8-man, and more matches, it's just everybody. Let's put everyone on the show just because. Enhancement talent match for Buff Bagwell, aka Marcus Alexander Bagwell at this time. Um, and the enhancement talent, to be fair, does a great job for him bumping around, hip tosses, and other such for Bagwell, including but not limited to some really good drop kicks. Bagwell brings him in and does the modified suplex and the what amounts to a perfect plex. Uh, Ultimately, Paul Dangerously is out next, and obviously he is the leader of the Dangerous Alliance. Dangerously promises that Rick Rude is the U.S. champion. He will defeat Ricky Steamboat in that evening as part of the benefit of the Super Brawl occasion. The Steiners and Eaton and Anderson are going to be your tag team main focus of the evening. Rude promises to vanquish Ricky Steamboat. That is a feud that I love at the time. Coming back around. Dangerous Alliance, probably for me, just because of when I came up as a fan, my favorite all-time heel faction. I know most people say the Horsemen, but I'm a Dangerous Alliance guy. I always have been, and well, they always will be. The Batten Twins are here. They are enhancement talents against Rhodes and Wyndham, baby faces. At the time, they would be heels by the end of the year, or actually not they, more accurately, Barry Windham, who returned and would be moving towards heel by the end of 92. Rhodes hits a few hip tosses and basic things here. Rhodes and Wyndham had been a tag team prior in 91 before Wyndham gets taken out by the enforcers Anderson and Zbyszko at Halloween Havoc 91. One of the better angles that WCW did at the time. Drop toe hold into arm bars and such by Rhodes. Rhodes not willing to take any backward steps that he doesn't have to take, and certainly Dustin Rhodes continues to be one of the better guys. Hits a bulldog out of the corner and gets a victory here. Hype for Super Brawl 2 on that occasion. We kind of see, highlights from Battle Bowl. We see Lex Luger with a promo. Says that he has been waiting where Sting has been wrestling everyone, including the Dangerous Alliance, Luger promises to vanquish his former friend Sting in the main event of Super Brawl 2, which, for the record, is my favorite Super Brawl. And so we go to an enhancement match, but that's not before we, see a bit more hype for the upcoming pay-per-view on that occasion. And again, eventually I'll cover all the pay-per-views as well. Just kind of going through shows because I enjoy episodic TV more. Sting in an enhancement match up next. Lots of hype for his championship win that night. And there's a little bit of chaos. The enhancement talent here, by the way, who gets drop-kicked right under the chin. Sting doesn't even take his ring jacket off, which I found interesting. But the enhancement talent here is Killer Kyle, otherwise known as Mark Kyle, from Smoky Mountain at the time. Sting finally does take the jacket off well after the match has begun. Elbow drops and top rope clotheslines. Pretty aggressive there. Dangerous Alliance tries to run in on Sting, but Wyndham and Rhodes try to help the Stinger stay out of trouble here in 1992. They're pretty, assertive about that. Anyway, Terrence Taylor, a.k.a. Tailor-Made Man, makes his way out. He complains about not being taken fully seriously, offers to manage, which is weird because I don't have much else of the time period, but offers to manage Marcus Bagwell. Bagwell wants something to do with this and actually gets in the face of and slaps Terry Taylor. But then you got your 8-man tag team match, Z-Man and Pillman, Big Josh, and Ron Simmons against 4 members of the Dangerous Alliance, Austin, everybody but Rick Rude, actually. So Austin, Eaton, Anderson, and Zbyszko. Not a bad match from a technical perspective. Fills a good 10 minutes of TV time. And for those that like chaos matches, just with the minimal psychology, it's there. Eaton gets sent to the floor pretty quickly due to the power of the baby faces. Paul Heyman, a.k.a. Paulie Dangerously, is phenomenal at the time. Anderson takes a bit of a lead, trying to get a advantage over Tom Zink. Zink, being the leader of the team, really doesn't make sense to me, but hey, it is what it is. Rick Rude is in there. Actually, I was wrong. Austin's not in there. It's Eaton, Anderson, Zbyszko, and Rude. For some reason, I had written Austin down, probably because he's who you'd expect to be in there. Anyway, power matchup with Rude and Simmons, with Simmons getting a short-term advantage there. Simmons falling quite a bit from his October World Championship attempted run, and then we kind of see the Greco-Roman knuckle lock basic stuff. Eaton and Pillman are in, and Pillman hits a big drop kick there, and eventually your baby faces do get a good bit of advantage here, but the heels get your victory with cheating at hand. Wyndham and Rhodes promise to get a tag team victory here coming up soon, wanting to face off against the members of the Dangerous Alliance. Zbyszko is who Wyndham wants most, because it is Zbyszko that caused his arm and wrist and hand injury back in October the previous year. The fact that they have an angle that goes 5 months in the making, pretty big deal at the time. We couldn't even begin to do that now. In any event, we'll be back with more right after this.